Good morning, Ian Quick, Millionaire by 50. Today is Friday, July 3rd. Another beautiful day. Today's topic is about gratitude. Actually, I'm sure if somebody ever starts watching this, says, you know what, you've been talking for weeks now about all sorts of weird concepts, but you're still not talking money, how to become a millionaire. Um, because it's not about the details of invest in this specifically and so forth. It's about, at this point, anyways, equipping myself with all sorts of tools to get there, proper mindset. So we've been talking about that for a while now. And gratitude is a very important part of that. There's actually been studies done. This is a proven fact. Um, People who express gratitude are usually happier than people who do not. Um, I'm not sure the exact um, reasoning behind it, but I think it's because when you express gratitude, it allows you to um, appreciate more what you do have. And as such, when you appreciate what you have, you're not living in a place of want. It's okay to want things, of course, but it's also important to recognize what you already have. Um, there's a difference between I want as in my goals, and I want as in I'm not satisfied with what we have right now. Um, I want a bigger house, but I'm grateful I have this place where I live now. It's not in a bad neighborhood. I've got a roof over my head. I've got the yard I need for my daughter to play in, for the dog to be safe, and so forth. So gratitude lets you recognize what you have now, uh, how rich your life truly is, and with that, it makes you feel a little happier about it. Um, I think we all know someone who lives only in a place of want, and not the good kind of want, not the gold kind of want, that want where they complain about everything and nothing is ever good enough. And it seems they'll never be satisfied. And even when they get what they want, it's not enough. They want more because they're trying to fill an emptiness on the inside. That's no way to live. You just keep skipping from material object to material object to imaginary scenario where everything will be fine if only I had this. You skip from one of those scenarios to the next, never truly feeling satisfied or happy because you can't recognize what you do have. And that's what gratitude does. And um, it's quite effective. Um, Truthfully, before even understanding the full science of it, my wife and I have had a practice for years now where before we go to bed every night, we always have a little ritual where we express what we're grateful for that day. Um, and we have little words of affirmation to each other about how we feel about each other. So really not a day goes by without saying what we're happy for and telling each other we love each other and so forth. Um, and this is an absolute rule, even if we've had fights. So let's face it, every couple fights. Sometimes it's not. If you've never ever had a single fight with your spouse, there's actually something wrong. uh, but we won't go to bed, man. Sometimes we'll wind up going to bed very late because we're going to wait till cooler heads prevail and we're able to process what we're feeling and talk it out, and then go to bed without this heavy heart and actually express gratitude. So it's important. Um, Now, the reason this is important to become a millionaire by 50 is, again, it's all about the mindsets and the paradigms, right? If I vibrate at a positive level, I come from a place of gratitude, saying, I recognize I have this in my life, I'm grateful for it, and I'm open for more. I'm vibrating. It's a feel good vibration, which will attract feel good consequences, cause and effect. Whereas if I'm vibrating from, man, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, why can't I have this? Why is this always happening to others but never to me? Or vice versa, why does all the bad stuff happen to me? And you're not going to be attracting what you want. You're just going to be attracting more like mind, which is an empty, hollow feeling. Um, you may gain material things, you might accomplish wealth anyways, but you're not going to be happy with it. Um, Again, without getting into names or politics or anything like that, I can imagine certain famous billionaires, some of which seem like very happy guys, because they're doing something constructive with their money, and others who I don't think have ever expressed a day of gratitude in their lives, and while have possibly reached certain ultimate goals, um, are probably miserable on the inside. That's just no way to live. Because these miserable ones are just trying to fill the void with money, power, status, um, but it never works in the end. I think we all know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, back to gratitude. It's important to recognize what it is. It's important to realize what it is, and not just to say the words, but to actually be cognizant. And sometimes it's hard. I'll be honest. I've had rough days where I didn't really feel grateful for anything. Um, it's that rhythm, right? The ups and downs. And sometimes in the downs, it's really hard to find what we're grateful for because we're feeling like a victim. We're feeling burnt out. We're feeling like nothing went right that day. But nonetheless, even if it's just what seems like a platitude, I didn't find anything specific for the day, there's still things you're still grateful for. Ultimately, I'm always grateful for my family, my beautiful daughter that I absolutely adore, my wife, who I share life with. I can always be grateful for those, even if everything else goes wrong. Even when I have a fight with my wife, um, I'm still grateful to have her in my life. So it's really not that hard to find something grateful for when you think about it. What's hard is to get your mindset to say, yes, I'm still grateful for something. That can be challenging sometimes. But the moment you do, and you actually feel the gratitude, you do feel better. And this is all about contributing to that positive vibe. I know I'm getting redundant. There's really not more to say about it at this point. It is what it is. But I'm grateful that you all understand what I mean. And on that note, well, let's talk about today's gratitudes. I'm grateful. I had a great show yesterday. Excuse me. Ah, um, on a Thursday night, which is usually not the kind of thing that happens. Um, but hey, so income's been coming in. I'm grateful that yesterday we were able to help um, a colleague of mine who's going through a rough patch with this COVID thing. This is a wonderful, wonderful business, Little Ray's Nature Center, who started as a reptile zoo, but it's become a huge conservation center, and they save endangered species and all that stuff. And while they can't operate right now, their overhead doesn't go down. They have thousands of animals to feed and shelter and so forth. And government assistance has been slow, and money problems have been catching up. And uh, fortunately, the public has heard the cause and has rallied forward. And this is great. My wife being a small business consultant, social media consultant, and a bit of an expert in Pivot, has actually come up with some great strategies to help them out. And they had a call yesterday, and uh, she gave them some really good advice that could help them out. And I'm grateful we were able to help this guy, who's a really nice guy, and help this business who has such a worthwhile cause. And that with this advice, they will likely be able to ride this out and stay afloat and keep saving those animals. So that's really, really a good thing. I am grateful that today I get to see an old friend I haven't seen in a long time. We have a little scheduled, socially distanced meeting later today. It's going to be nice to catch up with her. So, hey, helping people, seeing old friends, that's a really great day. Anyways, on that note, I will see you all tomorrow.